Morning, it is Monday. I've got my headphones in, so I hope this is coming through all right. I am on my Monday morning motivational walk. I have to do this every Monday, otherwise I just don't get in the right frame of mind to be thinking about myself, like not only like mental health wise, but like what I'm doing steps wise, eating and just getting healthy, because I always just have really lovely weekends where I eat and do exactly what I want, and then I have to get back on it on Monday, which is probably not the best way to do it, but it's the only way that works for me. If I'm on a diet all the time, I just get really depressed. So I'm heading out for my Monday morning walk. I've got a really busy week ahead. I've got 3 photo shoots booked in this week, and loads of other little bits and events and some brand work and stuff like that. So it's busy and crazy, but I'm sure you would, well, hopefully you'll love following this and following along what I get up to. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's so bright. I'm now about to attempt to run. I haven't run since June. I think June. Maybe I did a bit in July. But I literally haven't done it because I just can't cope with doing it. It makes me feel, but I feel like I've got to the stage where I've kind of walked enough now. I need to actually get back into it a bit more. So I'm going to attempt to run. And I've had 2 cups of tea, which anyone who's probably got the same problem as me, is not a good idea to then go and run. Anyway, I'm going to go and do that. Let's see how it goes. I might give up by tomorrow. Good morning, it's Tuesday, and I just wanted to show you one of my favourite views from the river. This here is always just so beautiful. Reflections in the river are just gorgeous. I'm right by the weir, so it's quite loud behind me, but I'm going to be heading up here to, there's the stairs of death which are up here, which are just so high and awful, and every time I walk along here I'm thinking, why am I coming this way? But it is just stunning today, and apparently the rain is coming today. It's in London, it's pouring down, it's so bad, and it's coming up here today, later on this afternoon, so I thought I'd better get out, get my steps in before I can't get out the door because the rain is so bad. I'm waiting for these leaves to turn. I can't wait. It's going to be gorgeous. Some of the conker trees have turned already and they are beautiful, so lovely. Good morning, it is still Tuesday and I'm hiding from the rain. The rain is forecasted to come, and sure enough it has come. I've just had to move the rabbit inside because its poor little thing got a little bit wet. So I've moved her inside and got her all warm before the storm starts. I've just been on my Instagram to talk about a few products that I am doing a collaboration with Sophie Allport. So Sophie Allport have a range of different items, like they've got crockery, bags, and I didn't really know this till now, but jewellery. So this is a little elephant bracelet that I've got. I've got the earrings here, and I have the necklace. And it, can you see there? It's like tiny little elephants in silver, and it might be better if I actually turned it around so you can actually see it properly. The elephants, I didn't know this as well until I really looked it up. They symbolise good fortune and good luck. So I think that's a really nice gift, isn't it, for somebody, elephants? I didn't realise that that was what it symbolised. They've also sent me this really nice bag. So this is a weekend bag. It's got a strap that goes all the way around the back. It's little studs for when it goes on the floor. This is perfect for weekends, basically. And I actually got this because I thought it'd be really good for Raph. The girls have got nice bags and he doesn't really have one. He's got like an old bag of one of ours, and I think he would love this with the animals on it. It's also kind of like a nice tone that I could also use it to if I needed to. It's kind of like a browny khaki colour. It's really lovely. I've had their bags before and they always last for ages. They're really good quality, they're really thick. They're nicely lined and they've got a nice pocket inside. I have got 15% off code, but I reckon by the time this goes live it might not work, but I'll put it below just in case. It's Caroline 15, I think, but I'll put it below in the captions. But Sophie Allport always do discounts and they have codes and stuff like that, so have a look around. But I totally recommend this collection. It also came in this beautiful bag, which I thought was really nice. It's like like a little velvet bag, which makes a great thing for gifts. Today I've also got on this dress. So this is a fat face dress. Shall I try and stand up to show you? If I move out a bit, let me just come and show you this. I will try and take some photographs of it because it's actually really nice. It's a lovely length, so you could wear this with boots or trainers. And the thing I like about it most is the print. I've been looking for autumn prints for ages and I can't really find really nice autumn prints, but I think that's a really lovely one. So it's got the blacks, the oranges, the pinks. It's actually a really nice print with a bit of green in, all the colours that I love. It's got a V-neck, which I like, cuts under here. It's actually a really nice cut, really, really flattering. So I'm really pleased with it for autumn. And then obviously you could wear that with a jumper over the top, or denim jacket, maybe even my biker jacket to make it look a bit more casual. But I really quite like that. It's really nice and flattering. It cuts just under the bust and it's got a little tie here. I will put a link to this dress in my captions so you can find it if you want to, but I'm really, really pleased with it. So today I was going to say I'm reading a new book. I'm not reading a new book. I'm listening to Marie Kondo's tidying book. I've started up a new book club thing, and this is one of the books on the list, and we are doing that this month. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm finding it a bit overwhelming and a bit scary. My house is a tip. I think I'm a bit of a hoarder. I must get that from my father. I've got so much stuff, and with this book group there's also a WhatsApp group and people are showing what they've done already, and I'm just like, I can't even think to start. And obviously I've got tidy areas and not so tidy areas, but the majority of my house is a mess. It's just, I've just got too much stuff. So I'm just gonna spend an hour and a half starting. Like, the thought makes me feel ill, but I know that once I've done it, it will make me feel so much better. And I just need to crack on and start, because the house is just getting out of control. We've got too many toys, we've got too many clothes, we've got too many things. And I never like to say no to people. When people offer me things, I'm like, yeah, I'll have that, I'll have that. And I've just, before I know it, I've got so much stuff, and I'm the only one that ever sorts anything out. So it just gets left and left and left. Like, I've got a pile of magazines there that are probably like 2 years old that are just there, but I've never got around to it. So I really like her method where you think about whether you really need that item. Does it spark joy to you? So I'm going to attempt to do it. So wish me luck. And I hope I haven't given up by Friday, but I'm written a massive list of all the different places around the house that I need to do, including the garage, which is horrendous. So my plan is to literally tackle little bits over this next month and try and get this house a bit more sorted and a bit more in order, and not such a mess. Anyway, that is my plan for today. Tomorrow I've got loads of photo shoots, so I need to get my cameras ready and get everything prepared for that. But for now, this is what I'm gonna do, so wish me luck. I need coffee. Good morning, it's beautiful. Last night was horrendous. The weather was shocking. Like, at one stage, we've got our rabbit who's in the garage, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's freezing. I woke up in the night and I could see that the garage door had opened slightly, so I went out and put it back down. I was like, oh, poor little thing. I think we might have to move her in. I worried about her so much. Oh my gosh, it's so bright. It's gorgeous, that's better. I've just been for my walk, and I have got a busy photo shoot day today, all afternoon, so I need to go and get prepped for that. But before I go, I'm going to go and get my nails done. This is something I haven't done for about, well, since before like lockdown, and I used to do it quite a lot, but I always found it ruined my nails, and so in lockdown I didn't do it at all, and now I want to get it done again. So that is what I'm off to do right now, so I'm very excited. I'm just walking up there now, but I just wanted to show you these beautiful little cottages along here. Isn't this pretty? Oh, there's lots of big lorries going past. This is the high street along here, and it's normally quite quiet, but something's obviously going on. I'll just take you to the end of the road to show you the houses that I absolutely love. They're down here. Oh, it's quite bright, I'm not sure you'll see. Here we go. Oh, I think it's too bright. Gosh, it's amazing today after last night. What a stunning morning. Good afternoon. I can't wait to get my camera back because this is so annoying. I still can't work out where I'm supposed to look, here or here or here. I think it's here. And yeah, it's just really annoying me, but I've sent it off now to get fixed, thank goodness. The moral of the story is, do not give your camera to your toddler because you want to carry on with the conversation and you think it will keep them quiet. Just don't do that. I'm looking at my tan lines there. That is from my watch and my fake tan. Oh dear, my watch has run out of battery, so I just put it on charge. Need to sort that out. Had my nails done. Just had them like a nudie colour, which is kind of like what everyone's doing now, although everyone seems to be moved on to like berry colour. I think I'm behind the times as usual. I am sitting like this, don't quite know why, because I've just done some Instagram stories and the proportions of this are completely different. I've just come back from a photo shoot for a lady who owns a fabric shop in York, and if you were into fabric at all, then you need to go to the shop. It's beautiful. It's like you walk in and it's like on an industrial estate, and it's quite big inside, but you walk in and if you love fabric, you'll just be like, wow. It's got every fabric you could ever want, different prints, different designs, loads of Halloween designs at the moment, so really cute stuff. So she wanted a brand shoot, so I did some photographs of her, some of the products, then she had some models in as well, and so they were really lovely. There were some really lovely old ladies that have obviously sewed, I think this lady said for 60 years or more, and she used to teach and she does quilting and she makes quilts for beds, and I just think I love all that, and it's just like dying out. Should I turn it more like that? There we go. And it's completely dying out, that sort of thing. And dressmaking, I think it's all coming back though. There seems to be loads more dressmaking people on Instagram, for instance, that I follow, and I'm just like, wow, I'm so talented. But it really inspired me, and it made me think, do you know what, I love sewing. Why don't I get my sewing machine out and actually get making again, because that is just, I just love it. Also my daughter loves it too. She's got her own machine. This is the 9-year-old, and she's always like, can we sew, I'm like, yeah, and I just never make any time. So I thought to myself, actually, do you know what, I need to make time for doing something that I love, which I don't really do that often. So this is what I was thinking on the way home. I'm like, I'm gonna buy a pattern and I'm gonna make something. It'll be a disaster because I'm so dyslexic. In the past, when I've done this, I will sew like 2 left legs instead of, you know, 1 right, 1 left. And the patterns just fry my brain. I just can't cope with it at all. But I just think maybe I've got to this age in my life where actually I should just attempt it again. I don't think I've done it for years and years. I remember making a dress once. I used to make dresses like to go to like balls and parties and things, and I always used to love it when people say to me, oh, where did you get a dress? And I'd be like, I made it. And I used to love that feeling, and they'd be like, wow. I mean, they were never really very good, but I did attempt to make quite a few things in the past, and yeah, it's just a really nice feeling to be able to know that you've made something. So I've been so inspired this afternoon. That is my plan. I'm going to look for a pattern, a simple basic one, and I'm going to get some nice fabric and I'm going to make myself a top. I've said it now, so I'm going to have to do it. I'm really excited for that. Before I went out though, I continued with my Marie Kondo folding, and I sorted out all my underwear. I chucked away a whole big bag full of old pants, basically things that I just really don't need in my life. Lots of things like maternity pants. I was like, why have I got all this still? And yeah, so chucked loads out, chucked loads of bras out, just cleared, and it felt so good. Like, I really recommend this book. I'm going to put the book in the link below. I'm listening to it on audio because I can't read, and I love it. So I'm just like, it's quite calming to listen to, and you're just like, yeah, that makes sense, I've got to do this, yeah. And already, like, all I've done now is my t-shirts, drawer and my husband's drawers. I've sorted out most of the clothes, and it feels so much like, I can't tell you how much it feels like better in there. There's still lots of stuff, don't worry, there's still loads. In fact, there's loads and loads. I need to sort out the handbags, I've got loads. I need to sort out the swimming costumes, belts, all that sort of thing. I haven't even attempted the shoes, coats, that's scarves, hats. Yeah, that is all downstairs, so I need to do that. But I've made the first steps to make some progress towards this, and I feel like this process, she says, could go on for 6 months, so you do not have to do it all at once. You've got to sort of slowly get into it, but I'm loving it. Totally recommend it. Yeah, I'm really like loving it. And I was always like, who has time to fold clothes in a certain way? Like, who does that? I was like, weirdos. Like my sister, I remember my older sister saying, this was in January, she's like, I'm Marie Kondo'd the whole of my room, her daughter's room, and I was like, why? And I just didn't get it. I was like, why would you do that? It takes hours to fold things, and it does take hours to do it properly if you watch her YouTube videos of how she does it. But like, now I get it, totally get it. Good morning. I've just done the school run, I think with about 6 kids, so I've already had loads of coffee, and now I'm heading out for my walk. I've got my walking boots on because it's so muddy. I don't think it rained last night, but it's blue sky again. It's beautiful, really, really lovely. Today I'm editing a photo shoot I did yesterday. It's Thursday, I can't quite believe it, and I am going to be sorting out the girls' clothes. I'm really excited by this whole process of sorting out clothes. I do obviously do this every season, but reading this book, I'm really getting into it. I'm loving it, and I'm feeling like it might help me sort out my life and just get myself a bit more. I know, for instance, when I sort out my desk, and I have a clear desk, which I basically need to do every day. I need to do this, but I don't, and it just piles up. When I do it, it makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so much better. Like when you have a tidy house, it just makes you feel so good. But I'm actually decluttering now. At the weekend, I'm going to do all my books. So I've got loads of coffee table books, which are just in a massive muddle mess. So I'm going to get them all out. You have to get them all out into the room, lay them all out, look at each one, hold it. Does it mean something to you? Does it spark joy? That's what you're meant to feel. If it sparks joy, then you keep it. If it doesn't, you discard. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to do it with the girls, I think, on Saturday afternoon. I think it's due to rain, and I'm going to try and teach them this kind of method that I'm learning, and hoping that then it will make them less of a hoarder. I don't want them to turn out like me. So that is my plan. I'm also going to try and come back on here later on and talk about dyslexia, because lots of you know that I'm dyslexic. I'm really dyslexic. I've struggled with it obviously all my life. It's never going to go away, but I've obviously got lots of tactics to deal with it. But it's Dyslexia Awareness Week this week, so I will be coming on later on to talk about me and when I was diagnosed with dyslexia, and how it affects me, and what kind of things I do to get around it. So if you're interested at all, carry on watching on that one. But I get on with my steps. I'm listening to a really good podcast at the moment. It's about the lady who runs or owns or is part of the family for Birdsall House. I'll put the podcast link below. She's called Lady Cara. I met her before because we were going to do an event there before obviously COVID hit, and I hope one day we get to go back there because it is just stunning. It's beautiful. The whole house is lovely, and she gave us a tour, and we got to see behind the scenes and down in the cellar, and it was amazing. So I'll put a link to this podcast below where you can hear all about the house. It's mainly for weddings at the moment and events and things like that. So I hope one day we get to go back there and do an event, because it is just stunning. The drive up to it is just wow, it's so good. Anyway, so I'm listening to that on my walk, And yeah, it's a beautiful day. Can you see there? Can you see the blue sky? Oh, there we are. Oh, not good this, is it? I need my camera back. I'm hoping it'll come back soon. Good afternoon. I've finally come on here. It's taken me all day to pretty much do lots of editing and I'm nowhere near finished. I think I'm the slowest editor out. I don't know why. I have to go through each photo and like double check it. It just takes me forever. Anyway, the reason why I came on here was to talk to you about Dyslexia Awareness Week, which is actually this week. The whole of the month of October is Dyslexia Awareness Month, but I think this is the official week. And those of you that know me in real life will know that I am really dyslexic. So I can't really read, I can't write very well at all. Thank goodness for predictive text. You know, for things like on my Instagram posts, I have to check and double check things, and often family members will say, you spelled that wrong, you've done this wrong, and I was like, oh. But I have tried to not let it kind of hinder my life. It is still a massive part of my life. I can't fill in forms. I can't do a lot of things, like when we had to write checks and things like that. I'm trying to think of examples now. I wouldn't be able to write a check because I wouldn't be able to write the numbers in words out. So over the years, I've worked out lots of different tactics to get round problems. Often when I can't spell a word, I'll go on protective text, and even then it still doesn't work for me, so that I end up having to just think of a whole new word, or I have to call my husband and say, how do you spell this? And now I'm finding it quite challenging because my daughter is coming home with quite hard homework for English comprehension, which I'm just awful at, the maths, which I have no short-term memory. I just can't remember things. My long-term memory is not great either. And so my maths is just horrendous. And she's asking me all these questions and I just don't know the answers. So it's really quite awkward. But in saying that, I was a teacher. Before I had kids, I taught 13 to 18-year-olds. I taught them arts, textiles and photography. So there was lots of writing involved in that, you know, in everyday lessons. But there was also writing involved with writing reports, writing emails to parents, to other teachers, you know, all that sort of thing. I found very hard and very overwhelming, but I did it, and I had a lot of help in place, and I knew the right people to ask when I needed that kind of help. So it's been a long, long road. I was diagnosed when I was 7 years old. I basically couldn't read anything, and we were being sent home reading books, and I just couldn't understand, I couldn't do any of it. And my mum at the time, she was a mum at home looking after the little kids. She didn't work, and she really went out of her way to kind of help me and discover what dyslexia is. So she ended up working for the British Dyslexia Association, who I'll put a link below for anybody that needs any help. And she started to run the helpline there. Anyway, over the years, she's just worked her way up and up and up. And she actually got an MBE for her work with dyslexia. And I don't think she would have ever have learned about it if it wasn't for me. And so my sister's dyslexic, my brother's dyslexic. I'm worried my children are, but we're all dyslexic in lots of different ways. Being dyslexic doesn't mean that you're all the same. It's like a spectrum. And my dyslexia is so different from my sister's, for instance. My sister's a doctor. She's very, very clever, but she's dyslexic in a different way from what I am, and the same with my brother. We all have different issues and different problems. So I find that really interesting, the spectrum of how dyslexic people are and what kind of dyslexia they have. For me, as I say, it's letters, it's writing, it's reading. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever read a book and understood what it was saying. When I read, I can't then tell you what I read because I'm trying to read the words, so I can't listen to the story. because it doesn't work in my head, and I find that words will move around and I can't then read the page. So for me, reading is a real issue, and that's why I rely heavily on audiobooks. So I listen to lots of podcasts, I listen to audiobooks all the time, and obviously I rely on spell checks on my emails, and there are lots of things that I've had to put in place in order to survive life generally now. In doing all this, though, I found that I am able to, what's the words? I'm like quite a creative person. So I have really pushed and excelled myself in those areas, the areas that I'm really good at. So my daughter, she doesn't particularly like English. I don't think she is dyslexic, but she could be to some degree. And she's very good at art, and so I'm really encouraging her art and really pushing that to show that when she doesn't like her maths and her English, I said, but look how amazing you are at art. And so I was always encouraged in that way. I managed to take my GCSE English, not English, yes I did, English early and science early. So then it meant I could just concentrate on the art subjects. So for A-level I was lucky enough to do art and textiles and photography, which was just amazing for me. And I just had the best time ever. And then I went to art college, and then I did a teacher training course a year doing my PGCE, which was really hard work, trying to prepare lessons, do lesson plans, keep to the right times on the lesson plan. That was a really tough year actually, but I did it, and then I managed to get myself a job into an amazing school in Somerset where I taught art, textiles and photography for like 8 years, and ran a boarding house where I had 56 girls that I looked after. I was the assistant house parent, and I had a house parent who was above me, and so a lot of the time they were my responsibility. So it was an amazing experience, and I've managed to achieve all that being dyslexic. So I love to shout about it. I love to tell everybody that I'm dyslexic, because of maybe all the things that I've been through to get to where I am today. So I'd love to hear if you are dyslexic, if you've got children that you think are dyslexic, or if you've got anything that you want to tell me about it in the comments, right down below, or come over on my Instagram. There are lots of people DMing me because I'm sharing lots of dyslexia awareness posts over there on my stories. I really want people to know about it more and understand about it more and talk about it. It's not a problem thing to have anymore. It's something that you should shout about and celebrate that you are dyslexic. So there's my little speech done for today. I have now got to go and do pickup. I'm not supposed to be doing it, but everybody's got COVID around us. We've not got it, don't worry. And so everyone's dropping like flies. And so I did this morning run, and I wasn't supposed to do this afternoon, but I've got to go and pick up today, which puts me back loads on my work. So I'm going to be working late into the evening tonight, I think. But I'm sure I'll probably be back on here later. If not, I will see you tomorrow, which is Friday. I can't believe Friday has come around so quickly this week. I am excited for the weekend. I'm going to be doing lots of more sorting and organising my drawers. Today I did the girls' rooms. I've done Raf's room. I did the coats. So I'm making progress. I'm feeling really good. I threw out 3 bin liners, 1 for charity, 1 for eBay, 1 for my sister. So I'm really pleased about that. I've also got a car boot pile building up. So things are really good over here today. And the sun's shining, so it's really good. Good morning, it's Friday and it is another beautiful day. It's meant to be 21 degrees today, can't quite believe it. This is our bridge that goes over to the village. So there's a little village here and one over here too. And I love to do like the river walk. You can walk for miles all the way along here, all the way behind. It's just like a really stunning place. And there are different routes and different walks. The river sometimes gets really high and it goes up to that house actually, which is a bit scary when that happens. And they're building this house here, which my husband is like, I can't believe they're doing this. Look at all this flooding rocks ready in case the water comes. So it's sometimes when the water comes up to the bridge there. So it's pretty scary when that happens. But yeah, I'm just heading along, getting my steps in before I sit down at my desk and start working. I've got loads of work to do today and a photo shoot as well. So I'm not really sure why I'm smiling. I've just had a call from my husband's reg to say that he's going to be late. And we're supposed to be going on a date night. Anybody that's married to a doctor will know that this is just like, you dread that call all the time. It's just like, it ruins everything. So we were supposed to be going out on a date night because we haven't been out on a date night for, I actually can't remember the last time we went out on a proper date night where we actually had to sit, just me and him talking. And yeah, he's not here. I think we're going to have to cancel the table. Luckily I booked it for 8. We're now on what time? 6:30. And he gave me a heads up early, to be fair, that he was going to be late. The poor reg did. I was like, are you joking? I felt a bit sorry for him. And he was like, no, I'm not joking. I was like, what? So this is, not a great Friday night, really. We're supposed to be going out. We're having tapas, and I was quite excited by that because I don't know when we're going to get out again. Just the two of us. We were supposed to be going out with another couple, and then they couldn't come. I think he had to work or something. So anyway, I was like, should we still go out? Just us, expecting my husband to say like no. And he was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, what? So also because we have our au pair who is due to leave at the beginning of December, I really feel like we need to really maximise this because it really looks like we're not going to get any help. I don't know what we're going to do. So I'm trying to like utilise the fact that we have a babysitter and one that the children love and just make the most of it and go out. So obviously that's not happening. So I'm hoping that I get a call really soon to say that he is coming home. Hopefully the next footage on this will be videos of my tapas. If there isn't any videos of that, then we didn't go. And all the doctors' wives out there will know this feeling. Good morning, it's Saturday and I'm just heading out for a quick walk. My au pair is kindly working this morning, so she's actually at home baking, so I might be able to capture some of the baking when we get back. So I thought I'd quickly get out, get some steps in. She's off out to Leeds tonight, so she's going to be out of action. My husband's working, of course, so I'm just trying to get as many steps in as I can before I get back to the kids and doing a full kid weekend on my own. I've had a lot of messages from people saying I'm on my own with the kids all weekend too. This was my life before he got a consultant job. I basically spent all weekend on my own, every weekend. And that's why I'm grateful to have my au pair to keep me company as well. She's amazing. And we have a lot of fun. Right, I better get back onto my steps.
Okay. Take this butter.
Are you all going to take a turn?
Yeah.
To do things?
I can do it. It's all meant it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that counts as me doing nothing.
Yeah, there are lots of things to do.
There's loads of things to do, Tills. You're going to have to
Me and Lizzie both wanted to crack the egg, so I cracked it and she opened it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So yeah, I
Do we
need
need
to
to?
do. No, because I need to take just the red part. So Rafi, crack the egg with me. So one. Oh, just one. It was quite strong, Rafi. That's tricky. Look.
That is tricky. Trying to just... Can you see what she's doing there, Tills?
I'm trying to keep only the red one.
Well, we call it the
yellow.
The yellow. You don't want the yolk in.
No, so you have to... There, in there.
Okay.
So I'm really taking this Marie Kondoing thing to, like, properly. I've just pulled out all the books from underneath here and I've got a bin bag down there full of old magazines that have just been stuck. So I've put them all into categories. You can't find it? I'll come in a second. And so I've put them all into categories. So we've got art, textiles, photography, lots of photography, lots of fashion books as well, some that I haven't seen for years because they've just been hidden. And so what my plan is to go through and decide whether I really need it, does it inspire me, do I need that book in my life, and if not, I will disregard it, if that's what you're supposed to do. Look at this chaos. This is the chaos, and I was not quite sure why the hoop's here. But then the chaos continues, because if you look down here, this is rubbish to go. That's Harvest Festival stuff. This is the fridge. I've just been like taking out the whole fridge, and wait for it. This is the freezer. We're just trying to defrost it. It was mountains of ice, wasn't it, Raph?
Yeah.
It was all over everywhere, so we're just trying to get it all out. It's working, isn't it?
It's so cold.
It is so cold, isn't it? So yeah, we're just trying to clear and declutter everything, even though it looks like an absolute tip at the moment. Luckily for me, my husband's at work, so he can't see all this mess. But I'm just fed up. We've got so much stuff everywhere, and I am decluttering, aren't I, Raph? We're off to the opticians though now, because Phoebe's decided that she can't see the board, so we're all going for a trip to the opticians on a Saturday afternoon. It's all fun and games here, isn't it, Raph? Yeah. Good morning. Excuse the state of my face. I've got my tea in bed, and my nails are still looking good. Look at that. I haven't had my nails done for, I've said this already, I haven't for ages. And they were £23. Like, I couldn't have spent that £23 better, I think. I've taken, since lockdown, I've taken to actually painting my own nails, and it's just stupid because it never works. Oh my gosh, look at the state of me. I'm in bed because my husband's at work, and I've just woken up. That's why I look like this. But I've just done a post on my Instagram about my weight loss, and I always find it like really shocking how I get so many like DM messages, like private messages, for after I've done anything about weight loss. I think it's a massive problem where people just can't lose weight, which is basically like me. So for the last 10 years I have tried every single diet, and more than that, because I think I used to diet even before I had children. I've just always been on a diet the whole of my life. Mainly because my mum was always on a diet. She was always quite a big mum, and she'd be on the cabbage soup diet, and then the grapefruit diet, and then, you know, whatever diet came along next, we'd be on it. And we'd all do it. And then when I went to uni, I put on a lot of weight, and in the first few years, and then I lost all the weight, became obsessed with exercise, and went far too thin. And then was really too thin for quite a long time, and then just went to sort of normalish, and then started piling back on. Then I got engaged and lost it all. So for my wedding, I think I was about 8.5 stone. Everyone loses weight for the wedding, because that was great. I remember getting to the honeymoon, and it was like all you can eat in the Maldives, and like basically this big buffet, and I just ate everything. I think I was just so exhausted from being in a diet. I think that's when I probably started piling the weight back on. No, I think it's through 3 pregnancies, not losing it in between each one, and just not having the energy. Sorry, I should balance this better. To do anything about dieting. I literally had no headspace, and that sounds ridiculous, but I was just cracking up at home with 3 small kids while my husband just went out and worked in the most random hospitals around Yorkshire. And I just remember just basically crying most of the time, going, I don't even know how to get out the door. I didn't know how to get to activity. I just couldn't cope. And so therefore, to pile a diet onto that after you'd eaten the kids' fish fingers for tea, it was really hard. So I get loads of messages from women just saying, like, I don't even know how to start, I don't even know what to do. So actually, if you are interested at all, I've got a YouTube video where I actually talk about all the things that I did put in place. And it wasn't until Christmas this year, my husband was like, I need to lose weight, I've put on loads of weight. And he lost 2 stone. this between Christmas and the summer. And I think I couldn't have done it without him. He was a massive influence for my weight loss journey. He was really, really good at and we both just did it together. So what I'm trying to say is find somebody that you can do this with, and really get into the headspace to start the diet and then do it. On my Instagram there, you can see like a before and an after. And I remember when that photograph was taken, it was about this time last year. And I remember thinking I looked really good. And I'm not saying I didn't look good, but I remember feeling really good about myself because I had no concept in my head as to how big I was and like how big I'd become. And I think you just become warped into it. I thought I looked as slim as I look in the first photo, but actually I don't at all. And I think your brain just becomes blurred with it all. And I didn't really think I had a problem. And I think it wasn't until I stood on the scales and did my BMI and it said you are obese, or nearly morbidly obese. And I was like, what? No, I'm not. And the problem is I'm 5'2". So yeah, anyway, all this combination all together meant that, yeah, I needed to do something about it. So if this helps anybody out there to get started, then I'm really pleased. I do get so many messages from people saying, thank you for getting me started. Thank you for making me think this is easy. All you need to do is move your body more, literally just walk. You don't need to run. And just think about what you're putting in your mouth. That is it. And then having that headspace to just keep going. Those are the 3 tips I have. Anyway, I don't know why I'm babbling about this now. I think it literally, I can see all the messages coming in. I've got about 400 likes in the space of like less than an hour. It's crazy. And then I've got so many messages which are going to take ages to answer, so I need to get onto that. We're having a lazy day today. My husband's working. Hopefully he might appear later, who knows. So I'm going to try and cook a roast. I want to do some photos of with our log burner because we've got our log burner going, except I tried to light it last night when he was at work and I can't do it. It just goes out. I need to learn how to do it. So yeah, hopefully I can light it and then we can have a nice fire. I'm going to do some games and things like that. And I'm on my cleaning job around the house. I'm doing really well. I'm so excited. I already feel so much better. I feel so good. This book is amazing. Listen to it in audio. It's really, really good. So I'm going to start to clear out the garage. I might show you on here what the garage looks like. It is horrendous. Like everything just gets shoved in there. Everything is disgusting. So yeah, I might show you that and I might make a start on that. Anyway, if I don't speak to you, I will see you on Monday. Let's see next week. Let's see if I come back with my video of the garage. Have a fabulous week anyway. I think I've got a problem. I'm like literally addicted to it. I'm now like pulling out every cupboard, aren't we, Raph?
Yeah.
Just
It's
checking. I mean, look, I have loads of bags. Like millions and millions of bags, that every time I go and get a bag, I can never find a bag because I always think I haven't got any, but I've got millions of bags.
Mama, we have to clean inside.
We do need to clean inside there. You're going to sweep it for me?
Yeah.
Yeah? What a mess.
Sweep it
I don't know why I start these things. I'm on a roll now, aren't I? I can tell. I'm so embarrassed to show you this, but this is the garage with our tiny gym there in the corner, and oh my gosh, I literally cannot cope anymore. We've got so much stuff everywhere. It's just chaos. It literally is just, as you can see, chaos, and I can't cope. I've got so many bags of clothes that people have given us. Are you coming to help, Raph? Yeah. And I'm going to regret this, I know, starting this, but I just need to sort it out, don't we, Raph? It is just horrendous. So I'm going to start by sorting out all the clothes and Actually, I feel like just not doing it.
How about Tilly's feet in here?
Tilly's what? Who knows what's in there? I'm a bit scared to go in, to be honest. We do try and declutter quite a lot, except it looks like we've never decluttered.
Yeah.
There's food.
Yeah.
What, rabbit food?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rabbit food. Anyway, wish me luck. I'm beginning to think, why on earth did we start this? My husband's going to be back soon and he'll be like, what have you done? I don't want to be doing this on a Sunday. Oh look, you alright, Raph? You're just sweeping on a trunkie that we found in there. So it looks like a complete mess, but I am trying to organise it. This is cardboard stuff. This is tip stuff. This is stuff that needs to go into the house to be washed. This is all stuff that, like, clothes that are stained that can't really go to charity. So some are going to, like, the clothes bank so they can reuse them. And put a load there. God, don't even look at this, man. I'm just like thinking why I started. This is all charity here. That pile is all quite good, so that's all going to charity. That is for my sister. That is coats. You're going to sweep the garage? That'd be great if you could sweep it, because it's just a tip. So embarrassed. Oh, you're sweeping up there. Does that need sweeping?
Yeah.
I think there's enough dust actually like that. Anyway, we're slowly getting somewhere. Even though it really doesn't look like it, does it? Oh look, there's the hockey bag. Let's put that away. A little bit of an update. I put the rabbit hatchback here with her in the garage because I feel sorry for her outside. And it's far too cold at the moment. That's to the gym. So I have got it sorted out. Drinks and things, rabbit food, bags, welly boots. We've got millions of welly boots. This is all games and stuff like that. And then this side is yet to be sorted. I've got to go and cook a roast now. This is all for the tip. Everything here up to here. That's all fabric. This is all car boot stuff. That is all boxes that I need to go through and sort out. So I've literally piled it all there. A lot of it is from when I used to be a teacher. So there's loads of stuff there. This is stuff to eBay. This is all stuff for my sister. If she's watching, you've got all this stuff for all your kids. And yeah, I think that's about it. I've cleared most of this so that my husband doesn't get a shock. Obviously the bins are full. Charity stuff, charity shop stuff here. This is to go to the skip. Yeah, I feel like I've made pretty good progress today. It obviously needs another going through and sorting out. I've got this filing cabinet which I'm going to take in actually and start filing stuff away. It's just a bit redundant at the moment and it's horrible, but it will hopefully get me a bit more organised. The next thing I want to do is paperwork. So once I get this cleared on this side, I think it'll be much better in there. But yeah, we basically need a big skip, I think, because it's going to take several loads to the tip, this. Again, I am so impressed with you, Fee. Well done. You enjoying it? Do you like baking?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very hot today, isn't it? We're having another roast. We should be having a barbecue, shouldn't we?